The Death Star, the Empire's superweapon that the Emperor believed would cement his rule for centuries to come. However, despite its immense power, was it really a good idea?
Paul, the Rebel Alliance is too well equipped. They're more dangerous than you realize.
Dangerous to your Starfleet, Commander, not to this battle station.
So, the Death Star was initially designed by the Separatists, but inherited by the Galactic Empire, who had it constructed. Now, we first need to understand why the Death Star was made. I mean, yes, it can destroy planets, but what was the real purpose of the Death Star? Well, it's fear. I mean, the Empire didn't just want to go around casually destroying its territories, it wanted them to be submissive. And the Empire believed that the threat of planetary annihilation was the best way to go about this. I mean, as soon as the Death Star was completed, the Emperor disbanded the remnants of the Senate.
To gain a support in the Imperial Senate.
The Imperial Senate will no longer be of any concern to us. I have just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently. The last remnants of the old Republic have been swept away.
That's impossible. How will the Emperor maintain control without the bureaucracy?
The regional governors now have direct control over their territories. Fear will keep the local systems in line. Fear of this battle station.
But this is one critical mistake the Empire made. Firstly, ruling purely through terror is a proven flaw in totalitarian governments like the Empire. By offering to not destroy you if you obey the Empire's every command creates a huge amount of tension between the Empire and its citizens. Needless to say, this sort of tension and animosity would eventually only cause its citizens to rise up and fight the Empire, and without loyalty, the Empire is instantly put at a disadvantage. This brings me to the next point. The Empire had control of the galaxy and their enemies were small-scale insurgencies, not planets and not really armies, but likely just regular people who'd been driven to the edge by the Empire's tyranny, and destroying planets to deal with these small insurgencies is not only overkill but counterproductive. Destroying a planet is terrible PA, like the worst PA possible, and although the Empire thrives off its subjects fearing this, for the actions of a few disloyal servants, it actually damages the Empire's position. Primarily, it destroys communities. The Empire wanted to create a galaxy united in its image, where its subjects would work together to ensure its longevity. Now, with the risk of total annihilation, it makes it impossible for citizens to trust one another. In order to avoid the Empire's gaze, neighbours would turn on each other for the slightest thing, such as bad-mouthing their emperor. It's essentially the classic witch hunt scenario. Now, although this ensures that threats are easier routed out, it also means the idea of communities is completely demolished, and ultimately people are far less productive when they're constantly fearing being singled out. Finally, let's talk about one major issue the Death Star faces, and that's the economy. Yeah, we're talking about finance again. As I previously stated in another video, it's estimated to cost 8.1 quadrillion US dollars, or 1 trillion credits, to make the Death Star. Now, of course, this isn't 100% accurate, but you get the gist. It's pretty damn expensive. And that's just to build the thing. With nearly 2.5 million crew members and a lot of expensive equipment on board, you can imagine the cost of this battle station's upkeep is going to be ridiculous. As well as this, the function of the Death Star is also really damaging to the economy. I mean, think about everything that's lost from destroying a planet. Resources, land, people, all of which are very valuable assets. Take Alderaan for example, a wealthy core world completely wiped off the map. For these reasons, I believe the Empire's Death Star was maybe the biggest blunder they made, especially considering they made two of the damn things. Although it may bring some level of stability, ultimately I believe it was a terrible investment for the Empire to make. But what do you think? Was the Death Star a terrible strategy, or was it worth it in your opinion? Please put your opinion below because I found this to be a really interesting subject. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more content. Also remember to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.